Hey YouTube, I'm scared. Not because of the game we selected. It's a fairly popular mainstream game. I'm sure you've heard of it. But I'm scared because I know my co-hosts love this game. Or at least this series. Sometimes I'm hard to convince. I hope I don't have bad things to say that upset them. I guess there's only one way to find out. Wow. Gorgeous. Welcome to another first play from the guys at New Game Plus. This is Kenny bringing you Final Fantasy 13, our unbelievably retro, so by our fairly loose definition of 15 years old or older that we use on the podcast, this game now qualifies title as our game of the week. This is a Patreon pool selection, so thank you for those of you who support us on Patreon for helping us still randomly but choose the game of the week with your input. I want to tread very carefully because my co-hosts Dustin and Nolan love Final Fantasy 13, and so we're going to treat their baby with some reverence, but it is my first time playing, and we're just going to play for a little bit and give you a taste of what that experience is like. I'm sure, being a big flashy Final Fantasy game, there's going to be a lot of like intro graphics. We're going to save some time, cut around all of that, let you just sort of go through the experience of me kind of getting into the gameplay as we get to that portion. So I hope you enjoy my first take of this classic game, get to experience it together for the first time. Let's see what's waiting for us. Well, that was a crazy cinematic. You'll have to go watch it on your own time, but Final Fantasy knows how to start the game. Are we jumping straight into a crazy fight? Okay, I'm for it.
Watch and learn.
We're just fighting the giant robot like it's no problem. Let's do it. All right, straight into our tutorial about how battle works. Yeah, I've done active time battle versions of things before, but let's learn it together. Time flows continuously, watches your ATB gauge slowly charges. Understood. They perform actions by expending their charged ATB gauge segments. The actions which they perform depend on the commands you select. Seems pretty normal so far. You can input entire strings of commands, then unleash them all at once. Okay, so you sort of kind of pre-automate your sequence. That's sort of fun. Select auto battle to queue up a set of commands tailored to your situation. Select abilities to specify individual commands as you see fit. Cool. And then we get a little information at the top of the screen. For now, try the auto battle command. Okay. I want to not. Items, add to my own queue, or auto battle. It said to try it. We're not going to be rebellious. We've got 2 attack commands that have been placed in my command queue. Okay, so I really are just like pre-queuing up attacks. That's interesting. Totally different way of doing battle, kind of. But it's sort of the same as what you normally do, just without so many button presses. Ah. As you learn new abilities, you will use commands other than attack, obviously. It will also become possible to create longer strings of commands. Okay. Hopefully there's some actually like interesting strategy on like skills and which ways you build them. That could be a kind of cool mechanic. We'll see whether it translates. It's very different, but interesting. Next, you'll need to choose the target of your attacks. When fighting multiple enemies, select your targets using your D-pad, and then press A to confirm it. Okay. You only face one enemy this time, so it's easy. Yeah. Okay. Once you have finished your attack, enter more commands and continue fighting until you have defeated the enemy. Sure, like fight until you win. Note that you'll only be able to control the actions of lightning. Zath will fight on his own. Pronunciation? I have no idea. Supporting her as he deems best. I wonder if that's for this fight or forever. It's kind of interesting if you're playing a Final Fantasy game and you're only controlling a single character. I don't know if I love that. I'd rather control everybody. But let's see. Okay. We're telling it to attack. Let's try it with my abilities. We're going to blitz, and we're going to do it on him. Okay, we'll just auto battle. Cool. That's different. I don't know if I like the concept generally of the like real time. The whole point of the genre for me is sort of like strategic battling. So I don't know. We'll see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This looks like it's gonna be bad. Oh, is he throwing the entire car? Uh-oh. Oh yeah, easy. Alright, he makes it. What if they had introduced the character and then just immediately had him die in the opening cutscene? Alright, we get to fight it more. With just basic attacks again still, because that's kind of boring. But again, I guess we're learning interfaces here. That's the point. No. I want to use blitz and not just auto attack. Uh-oh, wave cannon. That feels bad. I don't even know what it is. There's so much going on. Like, the screen is really busy. I kind of feel like I can't stop to think. Again, I hope this isn't just frantic, but that I get to be strategic about what I'm doing and how those decisions, you know, like affect the battle. But maybe as I learn the system better, like, there will be plenty of that. I'm a little bit low on life, so we really do need to kill this thing. Or else I'm going to have to drink a potion or something. Okay, I was about to throw a potion. Like, what in the world? We almost died. My rating is 5 stars, obviously. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's fun that they give you post-battle stats. Like, that's a cool, I don't know, optimization, replayability thing. I earned some potions. That's good. I feel like I'm going to need them if every battle goes like that one did. Wow. Game looks really nice. Again, that's not a surprise. It's not a young game anymore, but it's definitely a more modern game.
Oh, goodness. Ooh. We did it.
Okay, that's a kind of cool weapon.
Protect civilians, soldier. I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Little ominous backstory. She's gone. You're fine. Okay, this guy was kind of obnoxious.
We just can't catch a break, can we?
But considering he has a tiny little chocobo living in his hair, I'll give it to him.
Oh, well.
Just everything.
I'm getting too old for this.
Okay, I hope... Oh, we've got a save space right away. I like that they give that to you and let you get started. I hope that where I put the camera for this... first play is a good spot. It seemed like from the images of the gameplay that it was going to be out of the way, but if it blocks anything, just forgive me and watch around it as best you can. Alright, we have saved... It is now real. We're in the game. We're gonna go get a little bit of story, 1 or 2 story beats, maybe another couple of standard fights, and then share any thoughts on kind of what we think about the game so far. I will say, just before we even get into this first enemy encounter, that initial cutscene, as well as the world we're in and the enemies just in general, love the design of them. Super thoughtful, they're interesting, but they're unique. They don't feel like too derivative. Like they feel, this feels like a cool world. I'm gonna have fun exploring it. Okay, many and various enemies stalk the roads that you must travel. Cool. Upon entering an enemy's detection radius, the minimap in the upper right corner of the screen will flash in warning. Coming into contact with an enemy will initiate a battle. Great, we always want to do that because we want to farm experience. We're not afraid. So, okay, that's our motion. Sorry, I'm getting used to the camera. It's definitely a little inverted, but here we go. Let's fight. We're just going to auto battle this. Alright, I still am going to need more abilities or more complex interactions to appreciate that that's not just like watching a fight that just happens. I don't know, I'm just not sure if how I feel about the whole auto battler thing. I feel like I should have to be like doing those jumps myself. Like, I'm moving around everywhere, but I don't seem to have any actual control here. All right, we just swapped off of mouse and keyboard altogether. I think fixed our camera, though we're still zoomed way in. Sorry, swapped to mouse and keyboard. We'll figure out how all of this works eventually. But for the moment, let's fight a few more of these fights. Animations are good. Like, it's a good-looking game. I really just think it's going to be a question of, at least for me, like, figuring out how this battle system works and what's interesting or rewarding about it. I still feel a little bit like I'm just watching fights. I don't know. I also feel like I should be able to, like, jump or do something besides just move. Like, you have to go to a little spot to interact with the environment feels, I don't know, a little strange. Like, I'm kind of just on rails a little bit. I hope that's just, like, this portion of the game. Open. I obtained a potion. Good. We like potions. I will just say, taking a little bit more time and just looking at this world that we're in, it's gorgeous.
Taking on trained soldiers?
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell with the brimstone.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad.
Interesting.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
I mean, look at them. There's something to worry about. Okay. Of course we're just going to go in and fight. Let's kill the warden first. And then we'll just do some normal attacks. Yeah, I think the active part of this is still gonna take some getting used to for me. Like, I want to think about what I'm doing. I know that's a intentional switch in the direction that these types of games have gone. Oh, I got some kind of like, oh, the enemy got staggered, I guess. I don't know what did that. Yeah, lots to learn here. Lots of things that look very Final Fantasy, obviously. Okay, I like that there's some things to explore. Come on. A little janky moving around, actually. Okay. Some more potions never hurt anybody.
No need to be pushing now.
We'll save. New spot. You know what? That's a fine place to just pause for a little bit, share a couple of thoughts. We'll wrap up this first play. Even though we haven't gotten too deep, we've gotten to see a little bit of the gameplay. I'm very optimistic. Got lots of respect for the Final Fantasy series. They always do storytelling well. I know from reputation that this is a really beloved character. The nature of the battling is different. It's going to take some getting used to. Both how active it is, but also how like passive it is at the same time. I think there's potential there, and I hope they get it right. I hope it becomes something that's interesting and like engages my brain and lets me have some strategic control of what's going on and doesn't just feel like an odd different direction for the fighting to go. I think this is the first game that did this version of it as far as I know, but I haven't played some of the more modern, if even still old now by our definition, Final Fantasy games. I played more of the older ones. Looks gorgeous. Storytelling seems on point. The world seems intriguing. Obviously, I've got a lot to learn. I don't think, just being a Final Fantasy game, I don't think I'm going to stick with mouse and keyboard. So even though I'm playing this on PC, I need to figure out getting that controller working correctly and looking good and smooth and it not feeling quite so janky. But once I do, this one should be quite the experience. So I know Dustin and Nolan are powering through it. They love this game and want to get as far as they can in the short time we have playing it so that we can talk about it with you. And we'd love to hear from you as well. Hop into Discord, share your thoughts and recollections of Final Fantasy 13. Play it along with us, get a copy. Let's all just revel in this game together as we play a pretty beloved... Oh, it's kind of fun that you can shop right there as well. Interesting. I'm going to go fight a few more enemies. We'll see you next week. And figure out if the game actually holds up as I get to know it a little bit better. Me and Lightning. We are going to do some work, though. I mean... This is a pretty looking game.